Chef's Kiss. Hey y'all, and welcome to XOMO. Today, as you can see from my title, we are doing a quick little review of Respect, the Aretha Franklin Biopic starring Jennifer Hudson. I went to go see this movie earlier today with my parents, and I just wanted to do a really quick review to let y'all know how I felt about it. So first off, it was... So I will say first off that I did enjoy the movie. You know what I mean? I did enjoy the movie. I did have a good time going out with my family, but I do not think that it was that great. Like, I'm really easy to satisfy in the movie theater, and I enjoyed most of it. The soundtrack and music really carried the majority of the film. Truth be told, like, no shade at all to any of the performers. But as far as just like the plot or even low-key like the character development goes, they were low-key acting. I wasn't really like invested. I wasn't really invested in the plot until maybe like 60% into the film. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's first off. Secondly, just talking about like starting off with the portrayal of characters. Jennifer Hudson as Aretha Franklin, like, again, like, it was okay. It was okay. And when I think about the story arc, right? And I don't know Aretha Franklin that well. I'm a millennial, so I wasn't alive to witness, her start to finish, right? In the way that it was like a historical piece, that was very interesting to see how she was interwoven with the civil rights movement and all of that. But just talking about like the character arc and the character journey, right? I didn't feel like there was a lot of growth. When I think about like a character journey or a character arc, right? Granted, this is a real human being, but still this is like an artistic film. When I think about like a character arc, I think about it like starting someplace. Maybe it starts down here for a little bit, but then there's a slow incline, to the climax of the film, and then we resolute over here, right? That wasn't what happened. This very much felt like, and then I was interested in the character all of a sudden, and then the movie was over. Miss Girl. Okay, so that's just what Jennifer Hudson was giving, but like vocally, performingly, Jennifer Hudson very much carried the film. Like, I wouldn't have been that interested if it wasn't for the music. Just listening to people craft the music, listening to Jennifer Hudson sing, and then even the younger version, little girl, I don't know her name, but listening to the vocals of it, great. Music, great. Like, going on the journey of like Aretha Franklin's like music career was lovely. But her husband, who Marlon Wayans portrayed, they should have found somebody else. No shade. And this is just my personal interpretation, right? Because he was wearing this voice, and I say he was wearing this voice because there was a vocal affectation, and it didn't feel like he had become the character, right? It felt like he was wearing the voice and trying to portray this character. And I honestly couldn't take him seriously but very much it was just like, it was kind of funny to me. And it was like, I don't think that his character was supposed to be the comedic relief. I think there were definitely opportunities for, that to be in there, but he was more like a comedic relief type of character, which I don't believe that was like, should have been his role in just like this, in the storytelling of Aretha Franklin's life, right? So just that. I think they should have found somebody else, and not even like really, they had a little bit of chemistry, but it wasn't like exciting. It wasn't passionate. It wasn't giving all that it was supposed to give. You know what I mean? And I felt like the director crafted some of their like moments really well, but again, it just wasn't all that. Forest Whitaker as Seal Franklin, great, lovely. Forest Whitaker always delivers. Did not like Aretha's daddy, as I shouldn't have, right? So there's that. But I do think that Forest Whitaker did a really good job at portraying C.L. Walker. I was interested in that character. I was low-key interested in that character more than I was in Aretha for the majority of the film. I will say that I was rooting for Aretha, right? But just like interested in the character, it wasn't giving all of that. And last but not least, I think that the star performer for me, the surprise performance, you know what I mean? I think the best performed award, I'm gonna give it to Titus Burgess. Yes, Titus Burgess very, very much came through and delivered, gave what needed to be gave. And Titus portrayed James Cleveland. And then and he didn't even have like a big role in the film, right? Titus didn't even have a big role in the film, but just the way that he portrayed his character, it was nuanced. It was subtle, it felt intimate, and it felt truthful, which is what I just really appreciated about his character. And he was able to provide some comedic relief without it feeling like a comedian like Marlon Wayans was, right? He was very like serious in his expressions, and they came off as funny. I think that the script, it's somewhere between the script and the directing. I think that most of my problems came from, I think somewhere between the script and the directing. That could have been fleshed out a little bit more. You know what I mean? Somewhere between the script and directing, I just feel like things fell just a little bit flat. Just a little bit flat. Cinematography was beautiful, costume design beautiful, soundtrack beautiful. All the technical aspects were on point, actually. Technical aspects, design, chef's kiss. Just the themes that were in it, like as far as domestic violence and relationships and the civil rights movement, they were definitely there, right? And then also just like church things, I felt like they were there, but I also don't feel like they were fleshed out by the script, in my opinion. They were there, they were definitely present. And I also like attribute this to the acting too, right? They just weren't fleshed out in a way that felt satisfying to my artistic spirit. I did enjoy my night at the house, but everything didn't give what it was supposed to give. Out of 10 stars, I'd maybe give it 6.5, 7. No shade. I mean, like, if we're just going to talk about the soundtrack alone, 10. But a soundtrack, music, vocals don't make a movie, even about Aretha Franklin, right? Little tidbit that my parents were talking about, I hadn't seen the TV version, right? And you might know a little bit of this drama better than I do, but there was a TV version called Genius Aretha, starring Cynthia and Revo. Love Cynthia. Chef's kiss. I might have a little bit of a crush on her, but that's not what we're talking about. Yeah. They said that the acting in that one was better. Storytelling was better. Music wasn't as good, but they said that one was more entertaining to watch. Both of my parents agreed on that point. I haven't seen it, so I would say check it out. I'm probably going to watch it now because I was very enthralled by Aretha's story and everything that I learned and discovered just about her life and all the tea, right? But they were talking about the drama and everything too, that the one on TV, her family, Aretha Franklin's family, was actually boycotting because they weren't a part of the creation process, right? I think it was just one of her sisters and her uncles who took part in that, but the entire family wanted to be involved. Children, sisters, uncles, close, near relatives, far and all, you know what I mean? They wanted to be included in the process, which is why this one came. And then Aretha Franklin also wanted Jennifer Hudson to play her in the movie, right? So this one was ideally the artistic situation that Aretha Franklin wanted. And I think, like, if we're just gonna say that we're gonna pay respect to her as a vocal artist, that's what this movie did. It really, like, the focal point the focal point of this movie was the music, which carried the movie throughout everything. But as far as just like the fleshing out of the themes, the characters, the dialogue, the plot, the arc of it all, it left more to be desired. But that's my review. Let me know if you're gonna see the movie down in the comments, or if you saw it already, let me know what your thoughts were. But until next time, this is XL Meaux. I know you have a little bit of time. And if you have a little bit of time, girl, you're not at the movie now, are you? Exactly. So you can go ahead and watch one of these videos. I don't even know where they pop at. I don't even know. I also do Black-owned business reviews. You can watch one of those. Or you can watch another one of my social media like hot takes on like entertainment and whatnot. And then last but not least, I also do like spirituality. So if you're into any of that stuff, if you like pick a card readings, you know, hoodoo, whatever it may be, girl, go find me. Go find me, go through my playlist, go through my channel to see more content like this. Until next time, this is XL Meaux. Bye.